Now we're going to start designing UI, but I'd like to introduce you all the tools we're going to use. In this session, we're going to specifically focus on Sketch, but I'd like to introduce you to Sketch app, InVision, and a plugin called Craft. So let's go and look at those tools right now. So I'd like to talk about the tools that we're going to use for creating our high fidelity prototype. So the first one is Sketch. Sketch is going to be the UI design tool that we use, and you can download for free from here if you go to sketchapp.com, and this will be like where we'll do all of our UI. The next tool we're going to use is InVision. So this is my project. I haven't created anything yet. So you can set up an InVision account for free. So if you go to invisionapp.com and you can set up an account there. Again, it's completely free. And finally, Craft. Craft is a plugin for Sketch that connects InVision and Sketch together. So Sketch will be like the single screens that you design. InVision is going to be the thing that allows you to interact with all of them. Craft is going to allow you to connect each page together. It might not make sense at the minute, but once we start getting into designing the app, you'll understand a bit more. Okay, so this is Sketch. If you've never seen it before, it can be a bit odd looking, especially if you're used to like the Adobe Suite applications. So on the left hand side, we have like where our layers are sitting, and also symbols and pages, etc. On the right hand side is our properties menu. So if you want to add something, say I just want to add a shape, I add a square, and then say if I want to add a circle, then you can start seeing the shapes being built up. If you're really into Illustrator, the cool thing about Sketch is you can just grab two elements and then say join them together, and it's really simple to manipulate still. While the vector hasn't been flattened, you can still edit the different elements, but then once you select it, you can flatten the item, and then you have this very odd looking shape. But what we want to do is look at creating an artboard. So the artboard is basically our canvas. If I just select mobile, then we have a very standard mobile template that we can use and start basing our designs off. Obviously the shape is still here. We can even go one step further, and there are like set templates in Sketch. So if we select, say, from the material design template, I mean, we're iOS, Android, icon design, etc. But from material design is a really rich template. It has quite a lot of the UI from the material design guidelines that you can drag and drop. So you can create a high fidelity prototype that looks really real with UI which is consistent with Android and the material design guidelines. Obviously we're not going to be designing all these screens, so I just want to grab the mobile template. So if I just select that, copy it, it's by Apple C, and then go back into my sketch file, Apple V. So now I have a device template that I can actually use and start designing off. Obviously this isn't a Sketch course, so I'm not going to go through every element of Sketch, but I just want to start showing you the setup of our files. I'm going to create the designs, and in the next session I'm actually going to start piecing all of the screens from our paper prototype and make it look like a real ready to use prototype that's quite high fidelity.